Profit in 4 or 5 weeks, MLB playoff model is 14-7, and in today's video, I have at least one pick for every NFL game. I'm gonna dabble in the player props too, because that's what D-Gens do. No time to waste, let's get paid. You're gonna see me use No Big Sportsbook today to talk about these games. I'll also spend a little time on MySpartyEdge.com. This is where I do all my research for every game and every prop. And of course, you'll see me on Underdog and hiding down here in the corner, wiggling around. And by the way, a few more seconds with my handsome face on your screen. Okay, it's average, but that's fine. The Thursday Night Football picks, those are on my Thursday Night Football video on my YouTube feed. Go check that out. Let's start with NFL Sunday morning. But before we can make a single pick, you need this information. In Week 5, there were 8 teams that had over 88% of all of the money bet on them to win the game. Only 2 teams walked away victorious from those 8, the Lions and the Colts. We saw major upsets, including every single primetime game with the Rams, the Bills, and the Chiefs. And I hate to say it, but you're going to watch that Thursday video, and you're going to see that Philly is getting over 97% of the money right now. Another primetime game. Red alert, my friends. So what about Sunday morning? We got another international game between the Broncos and the Jets. Currently, some sharp money is coming in on the Jets, who are receiving just 8% of the public tickets, but almost 27% of the money. You don't see that too often. Those international games can be volatile. Something's got to give this week. On the season, the Jets are over for game totals in 4 of 5. The Broncos have gone under in 4 of 5. Their games are often quite low scoring. Broncos are 2-2-1 against the spread. The Jets are 2-3. Broncos opened at -7, are now 7.5 on most sportsbooks. And that includes no vig. -7.5, you get very nice odds here at +108. I'm going to keep this simple here. I think the Broncos win this run. Here's the deal. Maybe this is a little bit of a trap game, but I still think they're just so much better. Coming off a massive win, heading into Philadelphia, giving the Eagles their first loss, and now they've got to go overseas to play a game against a bad team coming off that huge emotional win. That's trap game 101. That being said, the Jets are just an absolute mess. The Broncos don't have to play a great game to still beat them by a touchdown or more. Jets opponents this season have scored 34, 30, 29, 27, and 37 points. I think the best bet might just be to be on the team total for the Denver Broncos. Otherwise, we just go with the money line, parlay it with something else. Maybe J.K. Dobbins to score a touchdown. Because I'm a degenerate, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Even though this is not a player props video, I think this is potentially a really solid play. On Novig, you can parlay that for a -116. There's good correlation in running backs scoring when their teams win. Next up, let's talk about them Cowboys on the road to face Carolina. 2 teams that are not very good. This could be an actually really good game. Now, I mentioned the model has profited in 4 or 5 weeks, so as my personal picks, I'm showing you on screen those results. A lot of that has to do with the moneyline model. Doesn't need to have a huge week overall win rate because it picks a lot of upsets. This week, there are 4 upsets by the model, including in this game. 10,000 simulations later, the model says the better pick in this game is to take the Panthers at plus odds. If you do not like that and you're uncomfortable, hey, that's what a spread is for. You can probably grab the +3.5 and run with it. If it makes you feel better, the Panthers have covered in 3 of their 5 games. They're at home in this one, too. No player props I can lean on in this one. Maybe Javonte Williams to score for a 7th time. Maybe George Pickens. Another 100 yards type ladder, 6-7 receptions. He's scored again. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year. Heck, even his long receptions look good. Make sure you come back Friday for the player props video where I do 1 player prop in every game, and I tell you which one I like the most. Let's go with the Panthers and the upset for the game pick. All right, here's where it gets kind of funny. We've got the Cardinals, who probably have handed over 2 wins to opponents this season that they should have won the game in. We all saw the celebration fumble at the goal line last week by Arizona. We saw the fumble, the interception that turned into a fumble that got kicked into the end zone, swatted into the end zone, and then the Titans jumped on it and scored a touchdown. An absolute disaster piece by the Arizona Cardinals on epic levels. Head coach got fined $100K for slapping DeMarcado on the sideline on the shoulders, kind of shoved him in anger, probably trying to fire him up, but it did not look good. $100,000 fine. You let me know in the comments what you think about that fine, by the way. I saw people commenting saying the NFL's too soft. And I saw the other side saying you should never lay your hands on anybody for any reason whatsoever. Where do you stand with this one? Tell the people in your comment your position on this, and I'm going to read through these all. I might not engage. I can see people having some debates, but I think they're also healthy to have. Just keep it cordial, my friends. Come on. But I digress. Betting wise, the Colts have covered in 4 of 5 games this season by an average of 12.9 points. I'm going full screen to say that again, and I'm showing you right here as well. The Colts are 4-1 against the spread and have cleared the spread by an average of almost 13 points per game. There's only 3 teams in the NFL that have cover differentials in double digits. The other 2 are the Bengals and the Ravens, who are both 1-4 against the spread and are missing the mark by an average of 10.8 and 11.8 points. The Colts, the best in the NFL so far through 5 weeks. And this line is a gem, in my opinion. You get the touchdown cover. Literally just need to win by a tutty. It's not 7 for the push. It's not 7.5 where you can get hooked. It's 6.5. Some would say this is a trap line. Listen, if you think so, run out the money line, call it a day. You could probably parlay that with Jonathan Taylor and call it a day and be okay with it. In fact, we'll give it a quick little look, and I'll do it live while I'm chatting with you. And you do what you want with this information. There's JT. By the way, last week, this actually brings me to another point. Actually, don't even have him here for a half a touchdown. Raise your hand if you watched the Saturday touchdown picks video and you saw me say it's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown ladder week. Run them up as high as you can. And I had him right there on the screen, 2+, said 3+ is fine. And what did he do? He ran for 3+ touchdowns. The touchdown picks video from Saturday was probably the best video of the entire season. The game picks video last Wednesday, this one that you're watching, was probably the worst video of the season. That's going to happen on here on YouTube when I'm putting out a pick for every game. Some are going to be insane. Some are going to be garbage. It's going to happen. Just do not forget. What you see here are my leans. They're how I view things. They're for fun. They're entertainment, information. Use it as a resource. The VIP picks, that is totally different. Those are down below. Those have profited in 4 or 5 weeks. I personally profited 2.32 units given away to my members through my personal picks. My model profited again for money lines specifically, which are the officials. So despite the fact that my personal picks were awful on YouTube, they're my Wednesday morning leans. It ain't what the finals are. Those are what the simulations show. Those on the week profited a meager 0.25 units. But hey, you can't go broke making a profit. And in that game right there, I freaking love the -6.5. And that's my personal pick. And the simulation loves the Colts to win and cover for a 5th time in 6 games. And I went over to Underdog because I wanted to show this. Right now, I don't even have anything up for Jonathan Taylor. That would probably be, as soon as Jonathan Taylor pops up, the first player I look at. I think he goes absolutely nuclear in this one. 100+ rushing yards in play, 2+ rushing touchdowns in play. I think he has offensive player of the year status upside. Seahawks in Jacksonville. Jags coming off a major Monday Night Football win, a huge come from behind 4th quarter W, and they looked like they wanted to give the game back to the Chiefs there at the end. It was the sloppiest I've seen, maybe one of the sloppier wins I've seen in all of 2025 so far, and it didn't matter. And the only thing that matters are wins and losses. This is another reason why I hate when cappers sit there and give their 15 reasons why a bet missed and it was a sharp read. Who cares? It's a loss. You lost money on the bet. That's all that matters, the wins and the losses. So the Jags have covered this season, the spread, in 4 of 5 games. Seahawks have covered in 3 of 5. Both teams have hit the over for their game totals in 3 of 5. And I'm going to tell you this one fully, straight from the model. Are you ready? The Seahawks to win, the Seahawks to cover, the total to hit the over. This, more than what the Broncos game was, is trap game 101. The Seahawks coming off the back of a barn burner against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, lost at home 38-35. The Jags win an epic Monday Night Football game against the Chiefs. End of game heroics. They're riding high. The emotions are up here. And now they get another game against that Seattle team. They got burned in the final 4th quarter in that tough game. Lost by a field goal. A total of 73 points were scored. Trap game 101. Seattle now heading into Jacksonville off that bad loss, playing the team off maybe the best win of the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise in the past decade, definitely of Trevor Lawrence's career. Yeah, I can see the Seahawks not only winning outright at plus odds, but them covering the spread with ease. I'm talking you could maybe even tease this one. And then the over 45.5 has already moved to 46.5, although you can still get it at 45.5 on some books. I think JSN has himself another elite day. He's always one of my favorite players to ladder. I will talk about that and more on the Friday player props video. Got to come back for that though. Speaking of, if you're enjoying today's video, all the free analysis, the picks, the entertainment, hopefully, definitely the handsome face. It's a solid beard, at least a 7 out of 10. If you're enjoying it and I've helped you win money, if it's this video or the prop video or the Saturday touchdown video or my Monday, Thursday, Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern live shows, then just like the video. Tell the people down below in the comments. Spread some kindness. Hype the video. Hit that hype button if you're on cell phone. A little hype, just hype it. You get some free points you can give away daily. Hype my video and help me out. I'm here 7 days a week for you. And come back for those live shows. I give away a lot of gems on those, including David Njoku plus 7080 for a touchdown last Sunday. I'm going to do it again Thursday and Sunday. Live shows, 9 a.m. Chargers, Dolphins. This one's easy, my friends. Absolutely easy for me. Bang. Bang, bang. This is moved from 42.5, although you can get this at 42.5 on some books. Totally fine with that. Think the Chargers win outright. Think they cover. -4 on some books as well. Chargers need a win. They need it bad. They're going to have to do it without Marion Hampton. Panthers just beat the Dolphins in a close one. Dolphins barely beat the Jets the week prior. Commanders just slapped around the Jags at home. Now they're traveling into Miami, west to East Coast. I don't care. The Chargers might not be top 3 elite in the AFC yet. And they did just lose Hampton. But the Dolphins, despite a nice little win against the Jets 2 weeks ago, close loss against the Panthers, they're not good. Give me the Chargers to win and cover. All right, they're not all going to be fun. And clearly we've covered a couple here that kind of stink. Here's another one. Brownies traveling into Pittsburgh. Just traded away Joe Flacco, the face of the franchise. No, not really. Dylan Gabriel, he looked all right. He's going to give himself another start here against Pittsburgh. 3rd-round draft pick, one of the most prolific passers in college football history, statistically speaking, now facing the Steelers defense that looks like they're starting to right the ship a bit. This is a tough one for the Browns traveling into a divisional opponent here when their defense looks like it's starting to get a little bit better. I mean, they looked ferocious last week. The line is moving in that direction too. Opened at -4.5. You can see here on Novig, it's 5.5 now. Pittsburgh laying that at home. Think they win this one outright. I don't think it's particularly close. Maybe you can parlay this with something else, or you can run out the spread at your call. I like Pittsburgh to win. Remember, the simulations model, though, can't tell you exactly which of these picks are from the Sims model or which are from me, but that link is down below. You can grab that at any time you'd like. It ain't just NFL. That's the beauty of it. The MLB simulations model, 14-7 outrights through the playoffs so far. 14-7 with 3 sweeps. I'm showing you down below. There's 3 right there, my friends. We're talking 8 days of MLB playoffs, 3 days of fully swept, 14-7 outright, and about 90% of those outright picks, like -130 to +130. Great odds, straight odds almost every single time. That's a VIP exclusive. I can't share those. What I can share with you, though, are the Rams and Ravens. Their hit rates on the season. Yeah, I just talked about it. Ravens have not covered the spread in 4 or 5 games by a differential of almost 11 points. All 5 games, their totals hit the over. This is a brutal spot for the Ravens. They're just falling to pieces. Defensive stars getting ruled out for the year. Offensive playmakers down. Rams are a much better team right now. Ravens are struggling mightily. I don't like the 7.5 because you can hook it if they win by 7, meaning if you win 21-14, if the Rams win 21-14, the Ravens would cover that. I talk about it often. Those teams that are going to be favored to win by a large spread, touchdown or more. Jonathan Taylor and the Colts parlay last week. Maybe Kyron Williams, anytime touchdown, Rams to win this week. Lots of angles you can go with. I'll tell you my personal one on Friday. Puka Nacua, I think, pops off too. Ravens can't stop a freaking nosebleed right now. And while I hate betting on totals, the fact that all 5 Ravens games have hit the over is interesting. All right, 49ers in Tampa. This is going to be a fun one. Tampa coming off a major win, 38-35 W against Seattle on the road. Baker Mayfield absolutely in MVP talks right now. He has to be, and he's earned it. On the flip side, we've got the 49ers and Mac Jones keeps showing up with that dad bod. Y'all saw the photo, post-game celebration. He's one of us, and he's out there slinging the football. So maybe he's a little bit better than all of us. What's he going to do against Tampa? Keeps having these high-scoring games, these close competitive games. It's hard not to take the 49ers, even after the big win against the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday Night Football. And it's hard not to bet on them to win. They just keep finding ways to do it. It doesn't matter. Their team is the walking wounded. It's irrelevant. Bucks on the other side also having some injury issues. Mike Evans, Bucky Irving. My heart says take the 49ers. I can't read off what the sim model has for it. It's going to be an interesting game. My heart says that Mac Jones finds a way to get it done once again. And I love that it's plus up. Underdogs in the NFL happen all the time. We've got 6 more games to cover. And remember, if you're like, where's that Thursday night one? You got to watch the YouTube video. Thursday Night Football Picks came out Tuesday morning. And you're going to want to be here in this channel. I'm here 7 days a week. Lots of news, info, analysis, research, insight. I give away some picks, some leans, some officials. 3 live shows per week at 9 a.m. Eastern. I'm here for you. Just need you to like, subscribe, hype the video for me, drop a comment, all that good stuff. Start your day here, and I'll keep being here for you first thing in the morning. Back to the picks we go. We've got the Titans and the Raiders. Look at the fun games we still have to discuss Sunday night, Detroit and KC. Sometimes we got to get through the muck and the mire to get there, though, and this is one of them. Kind of gross. Titans, Raiders. I want nothing to do with this game. Literally nothing. I would not want to bet on this in a million years. Give me the Raiders. Can we just move on? Let's just get to some fun stuff. Quick analysis, moving on. Bengals, Packers, similarly. Listen, do upsets happen? Yes. In fact, the Packers were large favorites earlier this year and lost a game against the Browns. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. Ain't nobody in their right mind, though, going to be taking the Bengals traveling into Wisconsin to face the Cheeseheads and take the W. Just ain't going to be a pick. And if it is an actual pick and someone actually thinks that can occur, more power to them. Go buy a lottery ticket after. That's a crazy bet. Do I think the Bengals could cover on the road? Sure. Any given day, anybody in the NFL can cover something. But we're talking about David versus Goliath right now. Bengals are potentially a worse team in the NFL any given game. I'm not saying talent-based outright, but man, when they don't show up, they are an absolute clunker of a unit, despite having the best wide receiver potentially in the NFL. I think Justin Jefferson has a lot to say about that. So I'll take the Packers. I won't touch a spread that large. Forget that. I also won't touch a money line this large. I won't even parlay this with anything. But I'm making a pick for the game. Packers. Patriots Saints. Patriots huge win in Buffalo. Sunday Night Football trap game here, traveling into New Orleans off that high emotional win. Saints playing some better football as of late as well. Last couple of weeks. They've been competitive, squeaked out a W as well. I think the Patriots win this one, but I don't think it's going to be pretty. It's going to have to be on the back of Mac Jones because the bevy of running backs they have are either injured or fumble prone. When is it Travion Henderson season? I drafted this guy high enough, put him in the backfield already for 80% of the snaps and let him go. I think this week's his potential week with Gibson out and Ramondre Stevenson in the doghouse. As long as Travion Henderson shows up healthy, I think he shows up this week too. All right, Sunday Night Football, and then we got a doubleheader for Monday night. The Lions have covered in 4 of 5 games. Does not matter if they're on the road, at home. They've done it in both. And they've covered by a significant margin, 8.3 points per game. There is their cover differential. That's nuts. That's a really good average. In fact, it's the 5th best in the NFL. Chiefs on the other side have not covered in 3 of 5. That's because they keep losing football games. Both teams have hit the over in 3 of 5 games. The over here starts at 52 points. That's quite high. We got a 2.5 point spread. Lions are underdogs on the road. Getting 2.5 is interesting. I think they're a better team outright. Because of that, my heart says the Chiefs are about to be 2-4. My gut tells me, be careful. It's Patrick Mahomes, one of the biggest dogs in the NFL. He's a brawler, finds ways to win, wounded animal in the corner you never want to go up against. So all the data, the simulations, all the betting insights you can give me, they might start pointing towards Detroit, but I'm telling you, I'm a little concerned about that one. Arrowhead on Sunday Night Football, backs against the wall, a wounded dog, Patrick Mahomes. Good luck to the Lions. Again, the head loves them. Think they should win this one. But man, my gut's telling me be careful. Monday night, we got the Bills and the Falcons. Buffalo coming off the Fat Al, worst, maybe sloppiest game we've seen so far through primetime. And we've seen some clunkers. That was terrible football. Poorly coached, poorly executed. Statement game incoming? I think so. Unfortunate for the Atlanta Falcons fans. I can see an opening drive here. They go right down the field, score a quick 6 right off the first drive of the game. James Cook gets that anytime touchdown that the entire world bet on and was waiting for and never happened. I bet it happens in that very first drive for the Buffalo Bills. I wouldn't even mind looking at James Cook for the first touchdown of the game bet. But again, got to come back to Friday's video or maybe Saturday's touchdown picks video. Friday is the one player prop for every game. I think the Bills win this one on the road. If the Bills offense starts humming, Michael Penix Jr. can't keep going. It's got to be Bijan Robinson running for $150, which he very well could against these Buffalo Bills and that small front seven. They need that Oliver back quick. Bears Commanders game number 2. This one's easy for me. Commanders at home. They looked great. Jaden Daniels looked fine on the road against the Chargers, beat a very good team in the AFC. Now they get to be home on Monday Night Football against the Bears. Give me the Commanders. And while the Bears are playing better football, potentially could cover this one, I ain't touching the spread. Just ain't for me. All right, I covered 14 games today. Gave away minimum 14 picks. Some of them were my leans. Some were the simulations model. VIP right here. Profit in 4 of 5 weeks. Everything tracked, every single penny, every single cent, every book, every line, every odds shown, full transparency inside Discord. MLB 14-7 outright on the moneyline models so far through the playoffs. Grab that link right there. No matter what, though, thank you for showing up. I do appreciate it immensely. The YouTube growth has been insane. It's been life-changing for me, and it means a lot to me. I'm humbled by every single day when I look at those metrics. I can't even tell you. I turn, I show my wife, like, babe, you got to see this. Another 200 subs on this video. It's been nuts. So thank you so much for that. It means the world to me. Thanks for all the comments, the likes, the subs, the hypes that people put on this video. And I will see you Thursday morning for the live show. Thursday Night Football Degenerate time. We're going to start at 9 a.m., build some parlays together. I'll see you then. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's get paid.